And in that location, we also have a community of with more like a casual member of Go-To-10. By casual, I mean they subscribe to Go-To-10's activities. For example, if we produce a local music events, they will know about it and they will come and support. And if we make workshop, they will subscribe to that as well. And being a non-profit organization, all members, there's a small subscription fee and this and that. So the first part of Go-To-10 is a local community based in Poitiers that consists of people who likes electronic arts and music, and they subscribe to Go-To-10 events, and as well as the administrative part of Go-To-10. And the second part of Go-To-10 is a collective of international artists. This is the part that I'm more involved with Go-To-10 than the first. By a collective of international artists, I mean it's essentially a group of artists live all over the place. We have artists living in London, we have artists living in France and Netherlands, and we all collaborate under the name of Go-To-10. We produce projects in the name of Go-To-10, we produce events, we make performances in the name of Go-To-10. And the reason I'm doing this is that we believe one unified voice is better than 10 individual voices. We think that by joining forces and by having a common platform, common voices can allow us to speak louder than otherwise. Right? If that makes sense. Okay, so what exactly, remember when I was talking about Go-To-10, this is free, devoted to free and open source software in the artistic context. What exactly do I mean by that? Okay, I'm going to give you some example activities of what we do. First of all, we are all practitioners of digital media art, yes? So we make softwares. So in Go-To-10, we have several software projects that are derived within Go-To-10, within this collective artists. And one example is called Pyodine. You can go and have a look, that's URL. Pyodine essentially is a portable Linux distribution that is packed for real-time audio-visual applications. And it's also good because it's quite portable and it's really optimized for real-time uses. And we found two contexts in which Pyodine was very good for. One is workshop, because it's really portable system, you can deploy it really, really quickly. And another one is for making installations, because of the packaging system, which I won't go into too much detail. Because of the packaging system, artists are able to make installations based on Pyodine very, very quickly. And hopefully we will have a few Pyodine machines running very shortly in Media Lab next door, and people will be able to have a look. And one thing I want to mention in Pyodine is that it's now coming into its third year, Pyodine as a project. Every year, I mean, throughout this time, we've made steady progresses as a project. And one of the latest development is that Pyodine as a project has received some funding from Arts Council England, and we have a project called Pyodine for Everyone that will utilize this funding from Arts Council England. And I think I will leave the details of this Pyodine for Everyone project to Heather when she comes to her presentation. So, for example, we make softwares, and one of which is called Pyodine. We also make events, one of which is called the Make Art Festival. It's a festival that devoted to everything through software. And inside of this festival, we run workshops, we run presentations, we run performances, and etc., etc. I will show you some photographs and videos from the festivals shortly. So just to give you an idea, Apart from software, we also make events. Next, we also make workshops. Examples of this workshop are what we call PD Summer School. The first PD Summer School was in 2006, and we were able to do it again in 2007, and hopefully we'll do it again in 2008. What sets PD Summer School apart from the rest of the PD workshop, that as far as we know, is that so far PD Summer School is pretty much the only one that has a duration of 2 weeks, Monday to Friday, so it's 10 days in total, all day, for example 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that's quite a long duration to be able to do workshop for one software, pure data. So because of this, we are able to really cover a lot of ground in terms of what one needs to know for pure data. We can make someone sort of from the beginning and bring them up to a quite basic level in that 10 days. So that's quite special. I will show you some photographs as well, so that will be more fun. And also the last thing we are able to do is internet services, because both of them it's not a collective. It's not a free software collective by itself. We also associate with others, right? So, for example, through our relationship with other groups, we're able to have servers hosted by other organizations. So, for example, we have servers. We currently have 5 servers located in all parts of the world, and through these servers, we are able to help other artists that need services. And for example, the kind of service I'm talking about are such service web hosting, source code repository, streaming, and IRC, such and such. So in a way, GoTo Team gets help from having a server hosted by someone else, and in turn, through this, we are able to help others for internet services that they need, if that makes sense. So it's all about, does that make sense? Yeah. So some people help us. Help us by allowing us to have servers hosted at their place, and because of this, we're able to help others for web hosting, source repository, streaming, and so on and so forth. So people help each other, that kind of thing. So these are the main categories that we have been focusing on for the last couple of years. And one thing that we'll be exploring this year in particular is publications. We currently have one book project that is kind of midway, almost kind of midway, 70%. We'll be focusing on, it will be a collection of essays talking about discussing issues around free software and art. So that will be quite interesting. Right, okay, I'm going to move on to the fun bits of this presentation, just showing you family photo slides and give you a bit of narration. So this is the performance from the first Make Art festival in 2006, and the person who is playing is Claude, who will be here today, I hope. This is the main exhibiting place space for Make Art for the last 2 years. And you can see that in this space we have the part where people are, that's the exhibiting place. And after the partition is usually where we host workshops and presentations and discussions. And this is the performance from the first Make Art. Simon in the red top. How am I doing this one? And in the second make art, we invited a lot more participating artists. For example, in the first one, we had, I think it was only about one or like 2 or 3 words. It's speaking space. And this one, we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So that was really nice to be able to invite more artists. This is insane. So that's the opening line, of course. You see the one on the left edge of the wall with a little blinking sun? That was it was really cool. It was a cellular automata made out of computer fan that has legs on it. And so you can see whenever a cell becomes alive, the fan spins up and then the LED lights up.
A little group of people on the right side looks a bit like a cellular automaton. It looks a bit like a cellular automaton when people move.
Okay, I think I'll leave. I'll finish this here, talking about entertainment stuff. Any questions or anything more? Oh, this is the screening. We played a film. 2. Okay, I'll stop it here. Right, okay, so that's it. Right, okay, so the next part of the presentation, I'm going to talk about another collective called Open Lab, London. Open Lab London essentially aims to provide a meeting opportunity for London-based artists who use and develop open source software as their creative tool. By providing meeting opportunity, I mean we don't necessarily mean having a physical base. We just sort of arrange a time and place to meet. It could be someone's living room, or it could be some pub, or it could be some cafe, or something. It's just sort of a social occasion for artists to meet and exchange ideas, and mostly around free software and art. And as a result, the project attempts to organize performances, events, meetings for participants to share and exchange ideas. And the project will also promote and demonstrate the use of open source software through the performance and events. Okay, so in a way, it sounds pretty much the same as what Go210 does, but the main difference is that Open Lab has a very strong local presence. From day one, we are interested in artists who is active in London. We are not too interested about making connections with like being international or this and that. want to meet people who is doing stuff in London. And for example, Rob here is also an Open Lab member since 2004 or 5. Yeah.
When was Open Lab 1 at the Foundry?
April 05.
So that's the first time I saw you guys.
Yeah.
So I got a mail pretty soon after that.
Yeah. So Open Lab London was formed at the end of 2004. And Open Lab's first public event took place in April 05. Since then, we have produced on average about 2 or 3 events per year, and many kinds of meetings in between. And over time, Open Lab London has collaborated with other similar collectives such as Stockport London, Top Lab, Le Clapper, and Go to 10. I guess one way to see the relationship or the position of Open Lab with other collectives such as I guess Stockport or Go to 10 or Top Lab is that, for example, Go to 10 is an international sort of international connected artist, and it has sort of in a way many aspects of Go to 10 is official, it's really goal driven, it has very clear objectives. And Open Lab on the other hand is a lot more loosely structured. There's no clear boundary to Open Lab. So I think the relationship could be described as that Open Lab is more of like a local or like a peripheral group that provides with a piece of experimental or how can I describe this? Like able to provide local resources for other groups such as Go to 10, I guess, if that makes sense. Right. A lot of our activities is coordinated through mailing lists.
Open Lab is not at all, I mean, Open Lab has no structure as such, like Go to 10 is no registers.
Yeah, but yeah, Open Lab has no internal structure whatsoever. Or it's just people raising their voices, and if you have 2 people, if you have 2 people happen to want to do the same thing, then you have 2 people, then this thing can happen quicker. If you just 1, then you can take it slower. So Open Lab is, I think one of the advantages of Open Lab is that it can be quite spontaneous. There's no one leading, there's no one planning. But I guess that's also its advantage, is that it's sort of, it can drift from time to time. But when things happen, we have been quite consistent so far, so it's alright. Yeah, and what else? And one thing that's quite interesting is that over time, other artists have brought the idea of Open Lab to different locations. I mean, from day one, what we wanted to do, we are not too interested about having like an international big operations for Open Lab. But what we're interested in is for people to take the idea of Open Lab and bring it elsewhere. So, for example, now we have another Open Lab at Glasgow, and we have another one that just started about 2 or 3 weeks ago at this place called Groningen in Netherlands. So that's quite nice. Right, now the fun stuff. I'm going to show you some photographs of what we've been doing, so that will make more sense. Photos. This is a photograph taken at our last event, which is end of last year. It consists of a day of activities. In the afternoon, we have talks and presentations like this, and evening we have performance. I'm going to show a short video of this event later on, so give you a clear idea. And one of the fun things we did during that event is human live coding, like that everyone wears object tag, and we patch through holding physical cables, and yeah. And this is I think this is a casual meeting that we did about 2 years ago. There were a few of us happened to be in London over the New Year's time, so we decided to lock ourselves in for 3 days, or however long it lasts, in a friend's house, and then just geek out. I was writing some program, the other was working on the servers, the other was installing Linux. And this is 3 days of continuous non-stop thing. I think that sort of typifies, it's like examples of what we do. Sort of, if people want to do things. So that's another example. That's also from a New Year's lock-in. That's food, that's Bob, that's Evan, that's Heather. And this is another event, I think it was a year before, that took place in Ecken, a little bit further down the road. It's a auto gallery. That is, the event is a 1 week long exhibition with 2 performance nights, one at the beginning, one in the end. And this is Robert playing. And this is Robert's machine. And this is other people playing on the same event. And that's all his work. That's the front of, that's the exhibition part of the event, and the few photographs before was the performance part of the event.
Evans.
Yeah, that's Evan's CP thing. And that's Paul's tree stuff. That's Dave playing with Robert in the background. You can start to see people. So that's another photo from a locking. So it's not really in any order. I'm just showing the photos. And that's the software to control the tree. Like 4. And that's work in progress, preparing for space. So that's all the photographs. I'm going to play a video of Overlap 4. Okay, anyway.
So there's some simple sounds, you can make some simple polygons based on simple counters and simple measure. Turn to an object. So I have re, fa, so. So whenever, let's say Chun is geometrical. So he yanks the passport. I get a little slow. The second I get a slow, that you.
think we just skip this since you're going to talk about it.
The data is coming in, I make a decision if you like the application. So this is the perspective. Around here, make sure that it's being obtained.
Who's talking next? What? Who's talking next? You are. Well, I'm almost. Shall we finish this or?
I don't mind.
It's not 3 hours.
It's not 3 hours.
It's a sequel to this, and it's a trilogy.
So let's leave it long.
What?
Let's leave it long. I can talk a bit and just leave it running in the background.
No, I'm kidding. Someone's singing. But we have a lot of, whenever we have an event like this, we have a video documentation like this. So you can go download them or have a look sometime if you're curious. Okay, yeah, so I'm finished. Any questions? Or you can talk now if you want.
Oh yeah. A few done installation for the process. Any answers yet?
Actually, I have built that on my USB key,
Okay.
so we could try to put it on to see if it works. Yeah. Yeah, I could do it.
And Heather will talk about the Pure Down.
Yeah, Heather was talking about the Pure Down for Everyone project,
Yeah.
but it would be sort of less technical, but more like.
Yeah, what's going on with it? When is she talking?
1 o'clock. I think she's after you, right?
Oh, she's after me.
I think.
Okay. Yeah, because the last opener, or where we were playing all the theme. But tonight we're going to perform, no?
Yeah.
Tonight's going to be open.
Yeah.
Several, another
Several, yeah, I think out of we would have quite a few, like Rob, you're playing, I'm playing, Ed is playing, Evan is playing too, and we have a new guy called Damien. Damien is playing. I don't know. Damien Stewart.
You come to Evans?
I don't know. I've never.
Well, from town.
Yeah, he's the one that's traveling from Bristol, right? And there's another the aliens guy is playing too. That's like every time we make a event, we pick up a couple of new people.
Yeah, we lost a couple.
Huh? Yeah, we lost them.